Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Peter. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce myself. My name is Richard, and I'm originally from New Zealand, and I'm a mobile entrepreneur, so basically I can work anywhere in the world as long as I've got internet access. And I've got a whole wide range of interests, including Muay Thai, kickboxing, basketball, exercise science, and of course life hacking. And here's a shameless New Zealand plug. Has anyone been to New Zealand? Any hands? Okay, you of course. So here's Middle Earth, here's Hobbiton. You can see the map of New Zealand. And we can see Auckland, which is the Bangkok of New Zealand, the Sky Tower. Next slide, please. And because I'm an entrepreneur, here's another shameless plug. I've just released 2 startups. The first one is Kiwi Designs. So we create mobile websites for SME companies in the US. And the other is Resume Gopher. And basically we create, we're a resume review service, and our target market is Gen Y college grads in the United States. Okay. So you might be asking, how did I get here? Why Bangkok? And a lot of people asking this question, why not Laos or Cambodia or Vietnam? And my interpretation is that that's code for are you a expat? And as you can see, I'm dressed as best I can. I assure you I'm not a expat. Sorry, can we go there? Yeah. So just to let you know the background, let's backtrack 2 years ago. I was living in Melbourne. I was caught up in the corporate culture, the corporate rat race, and I started to become disillusioned with the whole corporate culture and the bureaucracy, and I started to become unchallenged, unrewarded, and just basically didn't like it at all. And next slide. Then I needed to hit the reset button. And I looked on the internet and I decided that I had to hit this reset button to go forward in life. So I enrolled in this course called Outward Bound. It's a self-development course that's situated all over the world, but I chose New Zealand. And they basically use the outdoors as their classroom. So you using outdoor activities such as rock climbing, trekking, whitewater rafting, tramping and camping and so forth is used to develop your character. And with this I learned a lot of leadership, teamwork skills, perseverance and so forth. Next slide please. And here's another promo for Outward Bound. As you can see there's sailing and rock climbing and so forth. And with this newfound knowledge, with this newfound self-confidence, moving forward, I decided that I didn't want to be in the corporate environment anymore, and I've always had an interest in exercise science and the human body and health and wellness. So I applied for physiotherapy school, which was quite a big move, having already completed a commerce degree back in New Zealand. There's no guarantee, but I thought, what's the worst that can happen? Lo and behold, 2 months later, I get accepted into the course, and I started the course last year. It was not without struggles. There were late nights. There was a lot of study time devoted to learning about the body, and of course, being poor. Okay. And then the other thing happened last year. It was quite a shock. I turned 30 years old. I didn't expect it to happen when I was 18 years old. And I had a lot of items left on my bucket list to tick off. Has anyone got a bucket list? Can I have a show of hands, please? And do you still have things to tick off that bucket list? Okay. So, naturally, I did some crazy things. I went to Thailand at the start of the year. I trained full-time in a Muay Thai camp, living, breathing and training 6 days a week, twice a day. And then I went to the Philippines and I got my diving certificate. So now I'm a PADI qualified diver, so I can dive to a depth of 18 meters. And of course, I went skydiving, so I jumped out of a plane. And that was the most freakiest, craziest thing I've done in my life after skydiving, after bungee jumping, having jumped 18,000 feet above the earth. Okay. So going back full circle, how did I end up becoming an entrepreneur? This guy's Tim Ferriss, by the way. He's a lifestyle entrepreneur. It all happened at the Muay Thai camp in January, start of the year. And I met another lifestyle design entrepreneur. And I've always had an interest in entrepreneurship, but I never really took action. And he was telling me to go ahead and get involved in entrepreneurship. And he was like, look, okay, I'm going to be your mentor and we're going to set up Kiwi Designs. And I said to myself again, what's the worst thing can happen? And closing remarks I'd like you to take away is ask yourself, when you come to a crossroads, what's the worst that can happen, really? Challenge your assumptions, so challenge your worldview and what you believe the world should be like. And like last week's speech, get out of your comfort zone.